Hi, everybody. This is Jona here. Welcome at our podcast live today. It's the 15th session of the season one. It's Empower and Thrive, a digital holistic approach to business. Today we have a special guest. Well, I'll give the floor to the special guest in a second, but today is about AI. It's so much spoken topic. We have heard so many experts talk about the topic again. But we are here to bust the myths. So we are here to explore how the AI in this case, can enhance and not replace the human connection. I'll give the floor to the speaker. Thank you, Jerry, for being on the live and making the session today. Please tell us more who you are, what you do, and then I will crack on with the questions. The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Jonah. My name is Jerry. I'm a coach and a consultant, in particular in AI and in fintech, but also for well-being and motivational. I'm an author. I've written two books on financial revolution, which includes aspects and elements of AI, digital assets, and the new technologies that are coming our way, like blockchain. And I also have a newsletter which is called FinTech Bites, where we write about AI and fintech, but also youth empowerment. We also talk about entrepreneurship, and we also talk about gender equality. These are the main topics that we keep myself busy. And now I just joined the Jobs Foundation, which is a charity that helps youngsters come into the workspace through apprenticeships and learning, lifelong learning, and support by the government through apprenticeships and other means. I find it very important in the age of AI. AI has a lot of benefits. So, for one, it's going to make all of us very efficient and productive, more productive. And in the sense, we're going to become more knowledgeable because anything you want, you can just get answers, as opposed to when you go to Google search, you type in a prompt or a search, and then you get back 1 million links. And then you have to go on those links and click and then go see a YouTube or an article or a website or whatever. Whereas AI bypasses all of that, and you just type in the prompt, which is a command or a question. You can now just type in a question. You can even talk into your phone, and then you get the answer immediately. So that's good for us. But for people that are in certain industries, it's a very big disadvantage, because what do you do if you are a content creator? What if you are a logo designer, a web designer? So it becomes a problem. And that's the reason that we need to see how people can transition from what they're doing through reskilling and lifelong learning to come into a place where they can use the advantages of AI and apply it into their industry, into their business, into their whatever they want to do. So I think AI gives us a lot of opportunities, but we need to handle it with care. We need to see how we can keep it going. And the downside of AI is also it could get in the hands of bad actors, which can use it for deep fakes, copyright infringement, and so on and so on. So there's quite some downsides in all of this. So I firmly believe in regulation of AI by governments across the world.
Thank you, Jerry, for the introduction and for explaining what can be one of the benefits and how we can maximize the use of AI. Well, the session today is about the myths. So I want to understand, what is one AI myth to start off that is holding entrepreneurs back in their progress, in their growth, in their business? And yeah, one of that, please, if you have one to share.
Well, I wouldn't know if it's a myth. A lot of people now just jump on the trend AI, and they just say we do AI, but there's no specific reason why you would use AI. For example, if you're a plumber and you say, we use AI for what? Now it sounds crazy. It's a funny comparison, but there's a lot of people that just add an AI tech stack on their website or platform or whatever, and it doesn't serve a particular purpose. And then you have on the other side of the spectrum, you have all these AIs, platforms, apps that are coming out. They're just fantastic. They make your life easier. I mean, these days you can just talk into your phone and have it create a book for you, or a video or whatever. So AI has a lot of possibilities, but the myth is that it's working flawless and it's not working flawless. So that's one thing. We have a lot of hallucinations, and because of deep fakes, misinformation, disinformation, that can get worse. So we need to get that under grips. So that AI is working flawless is not correct. That is one of the biggest myths, I would say, that we need to deal with. But it's only a matter of time before that's dealt with properly.
Would you rather say that we must check always about the source of information, regardless if it's made by AI or we are doing our own research? Because, for example, we do a lot of research, obviously, for clients in the digital space, competitors, non-competitors, understanding how it works, basically, in terms of their target audience and what they're looking to get out of that. So would you rather say that the source of information is really important on how we explore AI and how we utilize AI in this case?
I think it's very important, and it has to be a reliable source. So when you look at the thousands of apps per data coming out, one is better than the other one. And so we all now know ChatGPT, we know Google Gemini. But the other day, and I'm in the business, and I didn't really know about it. Perplexity is an app which is just fantastic because you type in your command, your question, whatever you want to do, and if you type in a question, it says the source is where it gets the information. So if it gets the source and it writes Wall Street Journal or the Guardian newspaper, it's more reliable than if somebody just posted something, an article a couple of years ago, which is outdated or incorrect or misinformation. And the same happened when, if we're now old school, I guess, if you go back to Wikipedia, when Wikipedia first came out, people use it as a trusted source because you go and look something up, and because it's on Wikipedia on the internet, you say that couldn't be a lie, it's correct. And I'm not saying it's a lie, but it could be misconstrued or misinformation or disinformation. So you would see something and believe it, and then they realize that it's not correct. So now Wikipedia has a whole army and team of fact checkers, and the fact checkers are good because they check, well, in whatever industry, whatever your topic you're talking about, is it correct what they're saying? The problem with the AI is at lightning speed. It's going too fast. You don't have the time to check all the facts and things. But if you have an app like Perplexity, which gives you the source, it is a certain comforting notion to know that something is being checked. Because having fact checkers for ChatGPT, where you're looking at 175 billion parameters and large language models, and now even with DeepSeek and all the other ones that are coming out that are even more large, more parameters, it's just mind-boggling. So you cannot have fact checkers for all of that. And so there is going to be a little problem about being able to see something and make sure it's not a hallucination, it's not a manipulation, it's not disinformation, it's not misinformation, and more importantly, if it's not propaganda, because you basically could put a deep fake and make it look like President Trump wants to conquer the world. You could say that. It sounds crazy, but you could. So that's one of the big challenges I think we're facing in AI, the source and the quality of what you're reading, and also if it's true representative of what you're asking, or what is the question that you want to research or investigate.
Thank you, Jerry. But with all this misinformation, I want to go on the negative side of the thing. So I
Yeah,
will
it's
call it
good.
misinformation, right? But the
Yeah.
misinformation is made of data that is not actually tested or proved, that is random. So would the element of credibility enter in the game here? So which of the GPTs or chats is the one that I trust most as a business user? So does this element of trust has implications, or is helpful, or it's a myth again?
No, it's not a myth. The biggest dilemma we're facing now, because everybody's jumping on the AI bandwagon, so all the big techs like Google and Facebook, they want to be at the pinnacle of AI and AI development, which is understandable. So they scraped the internet for any kind of information. But the internet contains good information and bad information. It contains misinformation, it contains mistakes, it contains whatever. And they even expanded to include all kinds, anything they can get their hands on. And you have structured data and unstructured data. And basically, if you do a large language model upon which you train your, if you use a certain data to train your large language model, you don't know if it's picking up the right data or the bad data. So good data in is good data out. Bad data in is bad data out. And that's a big, big problem. How can you verify and be sure of the source if it's correct? As far as apps are concerned, stay with the trusted ones. Chat GPT is working great. You can use also Google Gemini, Apple Intelligence. All of them are very good. For me, what I look at is reliability and usefulness. You want something that is user friendly. And for me, right now, at the top of the list would be Perplexity, followed by Google Gemini and ChatGPT. But the main thing that you need to do, no matter what you put in there, fact check on your own. Do your homework. I mean, if it gives you an answer and you can't see if it's 100% correct, cut and paste the whole answer that you get and post it on the put it on Google search, because Google search has been around for many years now, decades. So you will get an answer back and see, well, you know, you might even find the source. It can come from an article. It can come from a dissertation, a research paper. If it comes from a trusted research paper, you can believe, well, that's correct. So you can verify on your own. But do the fact checking every time. Don't just cut and paste blank and just post whatever you see, you get back as an answer. Most of it is correct, but don't underestimate the hallucination part and the mistakes that you make. It can look so realistic that you say, "Whoa, that sounds great," and it's totally wrong. And even as we're speaking right now, the big techs, Googles and all that, they haven't really quite figured out what how the large language models training works. And they are the ones that are designing it and using it on their platforms. So it's something that needs to, as time goes by, it will just get better and better and better. And then you will have quality data being used for training of large language models. And that's the most important thing.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, Jerry. Would you rather think so? Because I have an audience, I believe you to have an audience of small business owners. We're not going in large corporate here, but we're going into the day-to-day operations, right? So would you rather say that it's about time people use AI? Because so what are they missing out?
Yeah, if you are a small business, mostly you don't have much time, you don't have much people to delegate things, and you don't necessarily might have the funds to do any kind of intensive labor work or research or whatever. So AI, the simple apps, Perplexity, you don't have to do anything. You just download it and you start using it instantly, and it saves you a lot of time. You can use it if you are a small business for marketing, productivity, social media, research, anything, answering your emails, chatbot. I mean, the possibilities are endless. So there, where you spend hours on doing something, you can have a chatbot do it for you. And that's why now everybody's working on what they call agentic AI, which is basically an independent working AI agent. So it's like a digital personal assistant for you. So why not have that instead of, because not everybody can afford necessarily a personal assistant. If you're a small business and you have AI agents, then you can have that AI agent doing the work for you. And this, it's coming up already. ChatGPT has one coming up called Operator, and that's going to be a fantastic thing because it does things for you, saves you time, money, and then you can concentrate on what's important for you, which is actually building and promoting your business and making sure that it makes enough revenues for you to stay in business. So AI has a lot of good use that you can use. From the smallest to the biggest company, it is very big. And even the big companies right now, they're already unfortunately firing people because a lot of repetitive tasks can be done by AI, by a chatbot, by an agentic AI. Why have somebody do it for you when you can have a bot do it, which is 24/7? You don't have to pay and never get sick or go on holiday. So Yeah. So that's the flip side of AI, the bad side. A lot of people are going to lose their jobs, unfortunately.
There's no pay holiday here, so yeah, that's
There's no pay
included.
holiday. There's no sick pay. There is nothing. I mean, it's 24/7. It works for you, and it doesn't even complain, and it doesn't even go on a smoke or a coffee break. So yeah, it's
Crazy.
it's a great tool. Yeah, it's
It's mind
crazy.
blowing. Like
Yeah, yeah.
we're touching another question, another topic here, a little thing that I want to figure out and understand from you actually, because AI obviously is taking the space. It's taking our space as humans. It's taking our ability to work. So it's cutting jobs. I will call it jobs, but it might be tasks, might be whatever we want to think. So how can business owners, humans in this case, um, go back and have this opportunity basically to do the work while AI is replacing their work? So how can we find this option and go back to it? Yes, I can do the work. Do we have to be trained into AI? Do we have to? Yeah.
We have gone away from the traditional learning model where you go to school and then afterwards you go to university and then you just get a career and you stay in the same career for 10, 20, 30 years and then you go into retirement. Those days are over with. Now it's lifelong learning. So, first off, no matter who you are, no matter what you do, it's lifelong learning. And I can tell everybody, and I tell everybody, I did a presentation at King's College University. I said, what you learn now, what you discuss now, in next year or in 5 years is outdated, old. It's not going to be the same. So, and that even might be reduced to months or weeks because AI now is moving so fast that if you would go to the moon on holidays and come back after 1 month and not be in touch with your phone and know what's going on, you'd come back and you'd be surprised how far AI has gotten into people's life and society and across the world. AI is going to affect every business, every person, every community, every country, everywhere in the world. It's going to affect everything. So, what you need to do is reskill and at least know the basics of AI. You don't have to become a rocket scientist because AI is quite intriguing. I look at the application of AI. I don't look at AI from an academic perspective. How does it all work, the code? None of that. The application of AI into your industry. So, whatever you're doing, is look in your industry, how could you apply AI and make it easier and better for you? Now, the human element might disappear when you have something that requires repetitive work. You might replace that with AI because that person, you don't really need somebody to do that and pay for it when you can have it for free. From a business perspective, why pay for something when you can get it for free? That's number one. But one thing that AI doesn't have, doesn't have human creativity and human supervision, and you cannot influence outcomes as good as a human being. So AI might give you something, but you need to see how does it apply into your world, into your business, into your industry, into whatever you're doing. So you need to know what is useful and how you can improve it that people can digest what comes out of AI. How can you use it for what you're doing? So you need to have a big, deep think about what is it that you can do in your industry, profession, whatever you do, to make things better by using AI. So use AI, embrace it, and use it as a tool to get things done better, faster, cheaper, and so on. And don't fight AI because AI is going to overwhelm all of us. So either you go with the wave or you get flushed over by the wave and crushed on the shore. And that's what I tell everybody. You need to really start immediately and start learning about AI. And there's dozens and dozens free courses on YouTube, on anywhere, just anything. You can learn the basics for free in 1 or 2 days. So it's not like you have to go to university for 5 years to get the grasp of AI. Learn the basics. That's it. Just like we learned to use the smartphone in the beginning when the internet first came out, it was clumsy, slow. And now everybody uses, they don't even think twice. People use apps, people use social media. There was no social media university to go learn how to use social media, but as you use it, you get the hang of it. And the same is going to happen with AI. That's all.
I'm glad you mentioned the lifelong learning opportunity here for everybody to carry on and learn as they grow and as the business grow in the future. For that, actually, this is really important because we are I run a member community. It's called Moving Women Forward Community. We are hosting a masterclass on AI. This is really important because people are members. People know there is something out there. They know a little bit the commands and how to use little prompts, but we want to provide them with the opportunity to learn even more and make it and utilize it more, maximizing the efficiency and the use of AI. So in that regard, obviously this is not a masterclass. We will have that in the community in a couple of weeks. But for the audience here right now, would you have a little tip for businesses, either startups or business who are into 5 or 6 years into their business growth? What is one thing they can use AI for, and how can they maximize the use of it?
First off, I would like to say, Jona, if you want me to join your masterclass, I would love to have 5 or 10 minutes to explain to people just the important things that they can really use in their whatever they want to do.
Sounds amazing. We have an opportunity on live. Thank you so much. Great collaboration.
No, I would love to, because that's what I do. I go and I talk to people about AI. I do presentations and panels and so on. And I'm very keen. I believe very much in youth empowerment and entrepreneurship and gender equality, because women are unfortunately disadvantaged in the workplace. There's still a big pay gap. I have a son and a daughter, and I find it a disgrace that we're in the 21st century and there is such a big pay gap between men and women. It shouldn't be there. Why, if somebody has the same experience, knowledge, talent, skills, why shouldn't they get the same pay? Now, to come back to your question in the beginning, no matter what business you are, you can use AI basically instantly and for everything. So, number one, admin, productivity. Go to Perplexity and play around a little bit. See which one is the one you like the most, the user friendliness, the one that you can use the best, the easiest. Try Perplexity, try ChatGPT, try Gemini, Google, Claude. There's so many out there. See what works for you and start using it. Then repetitive tasks, let it do it for you. Answer emails, let it do it for you. It doesn't have to do automated, but you can get an email and say, please reply to this email, and then you can check it, and if it's good, you send it. For people that are just coming out of university looking for a job, you have AI apps that can check your resume, write your cover letter. They can do everything for you. There's one app called Teal, which my daughter actually found out, and it does that all for you, and you can keep track about your applications and so on, so on. So from student to business owner, you can use it instantly, immediately. And then for you and me, or for people that are requiring social media and so on, AI can do it for you. Marketing, AI can do it for you. So there's a lot of things that you can use AI immediately. And then if you're in business, you can use it for accounting, you can use it for payroll, you can use it any possible way that you think. But what you need to focus on is get rid of the time-consuming tasks that you don't really like to do, because some people are, let's say, bookkeepers, and they don't mind doing bookkeeping for themselves. But if you are a creative, if you are an artist, you don't want to keep yourself busy with your company accounts and admin and so on. You want to you want to focus on what you do good, which is art, and it can be anything. Maybe you're a singer, maybe you're a dancer, maybe you're a chef. You can even use AI for to do the task that doesn't really involve cooking if you're a chef, so to speak. So the creatives need to focus on that what they do good. And if you use AI as a tool, you will have less headaches, less stress, because AI can solve a lot of problems for you. And then you can focus on that, what you actually like to do and what you're good at. And that's what you should focus on. And that will increase your business to the point that after a while, you will be able to maybe get a personal assistant to help you even further, or employ people. If you're a chef, you might get a chef to help you out, or whatever. So it just opens opportunities and doors by using AI, because it just will give you more time, and it is time is in short demand. We don't. Most people these days, we're overwhelmed with information, and we don't have time to do what we're supposed to do.
I agree with all that. People don't value the time. and they spend it in such little things that are almost irrelevant or futile, or they don't add
Exactly.
any much
This
value to the
endless
business.
posting and scrolling. I tell my children, I tell everybody, I can't do without my phone. You probably can't do without your phone. But do you need to be scrolling and checking cat videos and on TikTok or Instagram or dance videos? I mean, come on, just use it for your work. We're not saying that you have to not have a social media presence and like your friends' dog pictures and all that. We're not saying that, but use it for good. Use it for something that's worth it.
I have two at home, so I know what they're doing with their phone and checking. And yeah, I understand what you mean. Yes, and I also have a
Exactly.
cat, so
I was about to ask you,
pictures
did
of
you
the
have two
cat.
dogs or two kids? I was confused when you first
No,
said that.
no, no,
So,
no, no, no dogs. No, no, no. Sorry,
okay,
no.
so you have two kids and one cat.
I had a cat. So
Ah,
yeah,
okay.
I understand what you mean by videos and looking at the cat and posting.
Yeah,
Actually,
exactly.
those were the most viewed videos with the cat.
Yeah, they are by statistically, they are the most viewed videos, cat and dog videos on
Yeah,
YouTube, TikTok,
I
and
agree.
Instagram are the most viewed. People just go crazy. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't love your dog or cat or not post videos, but use it as a tool. Social media can be a great tool. All of it, all this tech that is coming out is use it for your benefit. It'll just give you more time, and then you can focus on that what you like to do and less stress. There's this thing called the Pareto principle, which 20% and 80%. 20% of what you do brings the other 80% or realizes the other 80%. So use 20 for that 20%. AI is the best thing to use. Use that to make yourself more productive, more efficient, more involved in what is actually that what you want to do. Are you doing? So it's a simple thing. That thing has been around. That 2080 principle has been around for decades, but now with AI you can use it even better. And then do it. Use it for what it's good for.
I think it was around 60s or 68.
Yeah.
I remember at the uni times when we used to
Yeah.
when we learned about. I don't remember the exact time, but yes, around those years. Well, Jerry, thank you so much. This was quite a vibrant and very interactive live. For those that are going to watch the replay later on, please connect with Jerry. Pop the questions either in the comments or DM Jerry. He's the expert in the field or on the AI field. So yes, please, Jerry, we have last minute here. Please, if you want to tell us if you are hosting a workshop besides the masterclass in my community group that we have to chat about. But if you're hosting any webinar or where people can find your book, because it's interesting and it's a good opportunity for the audience to know where they can source the book, please share it with us. Thank you.
Jonah, thank you for having me on the on your podcast. If anybody wants to get in touch with me, connect on LinkedIn. Send me a DM, write Jonah Hysa on the subject line or where you saw me, and then we can connect. And basically, I'm involved in quite a lot of panels, presentations, webinars, projects, and so on and so on. Everything can be found on my website, and everything is on the LinkedIn. You can find the link tree, which has all the social media handles and so on. So, but primarily LinkedIn would be the best way to get in touch with me and see what I write, what I talk about. And if anybody wants me to come and talk about AI or do a webinar, feel free to contact me if I have the time, because it's sometimes it's quite a lot of demand that I have people contacting me. So if I can, then I will do it. And I'm most happy to help people set their first step into AI and how to use it to their benefit.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Jerry. And thank you, everyone, for watching this live. And if you're watching the replay, even better. So you have more space and time to pop the questions for Jerry. We have an additional. Actually, thank you, Jerry, first of all, for being our guest speaker and sharing your insights with us and busting the myths around AI. Our next live will be this coming Thursday. It's an additional live session with an expert in the wellness and well-being area. So watch this space for more details and tune in at 12 p.m. this coming Thursday live here. Well, thank you again, everyone, and chat soon.
Thank you
Thanks,
very
Jerry.
much, Fiona. Have a
Thanks.
nice
Bye-bye.
day. Bye
Bye-bye.
bye.